This is the Possible Care for Dogs. The podcast begins.
Welcome to a new episode of the Possible Care for Dogs podcast.
Great to be diving in again.
Today we're taking another deep dive, exploring further into Jude's article, Curly-Coated Retriever Health, Essential Best Practices for a Happy and Healthy Life.
Ah, yes, the curly-coated retriever. Jude really captures them. Confident, hardworking, just full of life.
Definitely. And that coat, so unique. Plus, they're incredibly smart dogs.
Absolutely. That intelligence is key to understanding them.
So our mission today is really to pull out those essential best practices from Jude's guide. You know, the core things owners need for a happy, healthy curly.
Like a shortcut to being well-informed. A great goal.
Exactly. Whether you already have a curly or you're just thinking about one. Okay, let's jump in. Jude starts with some common health issues, things that affect, well, quite a few larger breeds, right?
That's right. Hip and elbow dysplasia get mentioned prominently. It's a known concern.
Yeah, you hear about that a lot with bigger dogs.
And Jude highlights the proactive side. Regular vet screenings are crucial. The OFA health info is mentioned as a good resource for that.
So getting them checked out early. And it's not just screening, is it? Jude talks about weight.
Yes, absolutely. Maintaining a healthy weight is really stressed. It makes a huge difference. You know, less strain on those joints, especially while they're growing.
Makes total sense.
Okay.
Wait, what about eyes? Jude brings that up too.
Yeah, potential issues there include cataracts and entropion.
Entropion, that's the eyelid rolling inward.
Exactly. And the advice there is pretty clear. Annual eye exams, catching things early is always better.
For sure. Regular checks seem to be a theme. Now, Jude also tackles a tougher topic, cancer risks.
Yes. It's a necessary discussion. The article mentions a predisposition in curlies towards certain types, like lymphoma and hemangiosarcoma.
Which is, you know, scary to think about.
It is, but Jude's point is more about vigilance. Regular vet checkups, being aware of any changes in your dog, that's what helps with early detection and hopefully better treatment options.
Right, being proactive again. Jude also mentioned something called glycogen storage disease. GSD. Sounds less common.
It is rarer, but it has been documented in the breed. What's interesting is Jude references a 2019 study. I think it was in the Journal of Small Animal Practice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, linking it to genetics. It really brings home how important responsible breeding and genetic testing are.
Good point. Okay, so those are some potential health hurdles. Let's shift to something we have more direct control over: nutrition. These are active dogs.
Very active. Jude suggests around 3 to 4 cups of high-quality food daily.
3 to 4 cups, okay.
Yeah, and ideally split into 2 meals. It helps fuel that energy consistently throughout the day, you know, for all the running and playing they do.
And supplements. Does Jude recommend anything specific?
Mentions omega-3s, which are great for joints and skin health. Always a good idea, really.
Yeah.
And then specifically for older dogs, glucosamine and conjointin get a nod for extra joint support.
Right, for the seniors. Now, Jude really seemed to emphasize weight monitoring. Keeping them lean sounds vital.
Hugely vital. A lean physique protects their joints, keeps their stamina up. It's just crucial for these athletic types.
It's easy to overfeed sometimes, even active dogs.
It is, and Jude cautions against that, pointing towards obesity-related issues. Like that Purina lifespan study showed, ideal weight really impacts health and how long they live.
Wow, okay.
Huh?
And hydration. Simple but essential.
Absolutely essential. Jude underlines constant access to clean water, especially, you know, after they've been exercising or swimming.
Speaking of exercise, swimming, let's talk about their activity needs. Jude says at least 90 minutes a day. That's quite a bit.
It is a commitment, but it fits them. They're naturally athletic. Think swimming, fetch, hiking. Jude gives those examples. Activities where they can really, like, stretch out and burn energy.
But it's not just physical, is it? Jude talks about their brains needing work, too.
Exactly. Mental stimulation is key for these smart cookies. Training sessions, scent work, puzzle toys, keeps them from getting bored.
Because a bored curly might find its own maybe less desirable. Fun.
Precisely. Like the Spruce Pets often points out, keeping intelligent dogs engaged prevents problem behaviors.
Okay, so lots of activity, but carefully. Jude mentions joint safety during exercise.
Yeah, a really practical point. Avoid too much repetitive high-impact stuff like jumping on concrete or hard floors constantly.
Ah, Right, to
Yeah.
minimize that long-term wear and tear.
Exactly. It's about balancing that need for exercise with protecting their body.
Makes sense. Now, that coat, it's gorgeous, but I bet it needs specific care.
It definitely does. Jude recommends brushing about once a week.
Okay, weekly. With what kind of brush?
A slicker brush or maybe a comb. The main thing is to prevent mats from forming in those tight curls and just get out any debris they pick up.
Gotcha. And bathing, how often is too often?
The guideline is roughly every 1 to 2 months, or, just when they get properly dirty.
Okay.
And the interesting tip is to let them air dry. That helps keep the curl texture looking its best.
Air dry. Okay, good tip. What about ears and teeth? Things sometimes get overlooked.
So important. Jude highlights weekly ear cleaning, especially vital if they swim a lot to prevent infections.
Right, because of the water.
And regular toothbrushing. Just fundamental for overall health, prevents dental disease, which can affect other things too.
True. And shedding. Are they big shedders?
Actually, no. Jude notes they're minimal shedders, which is a plus for many people.
Oh, nice.
But that weekly brushing still helps, especially during seasonal changes, just to manage any loose hair.
Okay, great. So we've covered daily care quite a bit. Let's talk about the vet's role. Preventive care.
Jude really drives this home. Annual checkups are absolutely key. Early detection,
Right.
And for senior curlies, the recommendation bumps up to twice a year, biannual visits.
Makes sense. Catch age-related things sooner.
Exactly. It's that proactive approach again.
And of course, vaccines and parasite prevention. That's standard, but crucial.
Non-negotiable, really. Keeping up with core shots and tick and heartworm prevention is just basic good care.
Jude also brings up something for breeders or people thinking about breeding specific health screenings.
Yes, very important. Screenings for hips, elbows, eyes, and also cardiac evaluations are highlighted. Responsible breeding is vital for the breed's future health.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, let's shift gears slightly. What about their temperament? What makes a curly tick, according to Jude?
Well, they're described as independent thinkers.
Ah, interesting. So how does that affect training?
It means they respond best to patient-positive training methods. Jude really emphasizes that. Forceful approaches probably won't go over well with these smart, independent dogs.
Good to know. Positive reinforcement it is. And their love for water, we mentioned swimming. Is that a big thing for them?
Oh, yeah, huge. Many curlies have a natural affinity for it. Swimming's fantastic exercise for them.
Sounds fun.
It is. But Jude adds that important reminder. Always dry their ears thoroughly afterwards. Avoid those infections.
Right, dry the ears. Got it. And finally, Jude talks about socialization and enrichment.
Crucial pieces. Early socialization helps them grow into confident, well-adjusted dogs. And ongoing enrichment, varied training, new experiences, puzzle toys keeps that smart brain engaged and helps prevent boredom-related behaviors.
Okay, wow. We've really unpacked a lot from Jude's guys. Such valuable info. And hey, this is probably a good moment for you listening to like and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth information on dog care.
Definitely a good time. It really has been a thorough look at caring for these fantastic dogs. Jude's article is a great resource.
So, wrapping it up, the main takeaway seems to be, with attentive health care, the right nutrition, and regular exercise tailored to them, curlies can live really long, happy lives.
Absolutely. It's about understanding their specific needs, the health risks, the energy levels, that intelligent, sort of independent nature, putting all those pieces together.
Well said. And we genuinely want to hear from you all listening. Please share your own experiences, questions, suggestions, stories about your curlies down in the comments.
Yes, definitely. We always learn so much from hearing about everyone's personal journeys with these breeds.
Okay, that about does it for today's deep dive. Have a beautiful day, take care of your lovely doggies, and we see you on the next one.
Take care, everyone. Until next time.
And just one last little thing to think about. Maybe spend some time looking into those specific health screenings Jude mentioned. The OFA, the annual eye exams, the cardiac checks, and really consider how you can tweak your curly's environment and activities to best support that unique, independent spirit they have.